Hello, this is Solo1 with a quick PSA of a PSA. If you recall, I recently uploaded a video detailing how to clean your Revoltech figures with this substance, the Goo Gun, which is an all-purpose solvent that is supposed to get rid of anything that is, well, gooey. And I described in detail how to clean all of your figures with this substance. In fact, I've been using my vacations to clean some of the figures that I have around here. This one is the next one, if you recall. This one had a severe yellowing issue on the arms and legs. And the reason of this quick video is that, well, I was cleaning my EVA units 1, 3, and 4. These ones are just out of the solvent. In fact, you can see here some remnants of the goo thingy. The top of the head is a different color because it is molded differently, and thus the plastic on top of the head has aged differently than the one on the detail on the back of the EVA's jaw. So that one is going to look like that forever because, well, errors in manufacture. And you can see that in here too, on top of the EVA, the entry plug hatch and the shoulder are different color than the rest of the body. But that is because it was molded different than the rest of the EVA. I've been cleaning the legs of the EVAs. For some reason, only one of the legs tends to yellow with the goo. And, well, I've been here. This is the batch where I've been cleaning it. You can see all the goo that I've removed. And, well, to the point of the video, the thing is that besides the goo, this thing has also started to corrode the paint. Well, yeah, fuck my life. And, well, you see that this is the hips and legs of my Evangelion Unit 4, the Revoltech number, where's the box? There it is, Revoltech number 13, which has been a pain in the ass for me. This figure had a broken hip a long time ago. I found a specific type and size of screw to fix it, and that was it. It had also suffered some damage in the paint, which I also fixed, and now this happens. I think this has something to do with the fact that the paint, the PVC is obviously not molded in silver color. That color is very hard to achieve, so it is painted on top. Now, I did not have troubles with the leg or the head or the feet of the EVA, but when I got to this part, I started noticing that at first all of the goo was being easily removed, but then I noticed that I was scratching part of the paint, and knowing this, I thoroughly tested on the inside of the EVA to see if it would remove the paint, because I knew that this could happen. So you start on some inconspicuous place, so that if you damage it, nothing happens. But then I started noticing that the paint started to just come off like that. Look at this. But most interesting is the fact that this figure, at least, does not seem to be made in one go. Because, for example, you can see near this part here was molded silver and then painted black on top, but the leg appears to be molded black and painted silver, the other way around, and it does not seem to go like to be made throughout. I'm starting to see where this is going. So this leg was molded in silver and then painted silver on top, because it was supposed to be matching the rest of the figure, which I'm starting to suspect at least this part was part of a batch for Evangelion Unit 3, which is exactly this color. Yeah, this is quite interesting. Well, the thing is that this figure is most likely ruined beyond repair, because as much as I am one for making customs and whatnot, this is probably beyond my repairing skills. So I'm probably just going to purchase another one, and I'm going to give you a heads off. If you ever try to use this thing on something that was obviously not molded in that color, all of the other pieces of the EVA, at least the main parts, are molded in the EVA's color, are either molded black or yellow or red for all the EVAs, and only the details are painted on top. But this one, it appears, was a mixture of painted on top of and then molded in that color. I don't know, it's a mess, this figure. But oh well. In any case, I was already thinking on changing this one because, well, you see what I did here, and all the other little things that I had fixed on it meant that it was a bit of a Frankenstein. On the bright side, I now have spare parts for these EVAs. Another thing that I wanted to, well, since we are here, I'm already going to show you another detail that I've noticed. On the Revoltech 118, which is the mass-produced Evangelion, the second run of this figure. The first one came separately, the EVA with its wings, and there was another one which was a limited edition, I think, which was the EVA with its weapons. And to celebrate that the manga was finally coming to an end, they re-released this figure in which the EVA came with all of its weapons and the wings. And I just noticed when I was checking it that the shoulder, elbows, and mid-torso articulation of this EVA have yellowed significantly. It's very noticeable, and it's quite surprising because the other ones that I have the regular edition ones. Where is it? Oh, come on. It's all the way in the back. Here it is. These ones have not aged that noticeably. They are slightly more yellow, but not like that. So it's just something I've noticed now that I'm cleaning all of my figures. So yeah, this was just a quick service announcement. All of the other figures that I've cleaned are okay, so I don't know if I'm going to run into these issues. If I were to give you some advice, I would say that you don't use that kind of cleaner or anything harsher than, well, soap in any of the EVA Unit 4s, because those tend to be painted with this silvery finish that it cannot be apparently matched with any of the colors. On the bright side, I just a side note on the matter, I was cleaning my other EVA Unit 1 and I accidentally left one of the pieces fall down the drain. Yeah, silly me. It was, oh, here it is, it's the neck part, it's the cover of the neck joint on the EVA, and I was being extra careful with it, but I was cleaning the batch of pieces, and that one simply slipped past my fingers when I was blocking it and just fell down the drain. I shut down the water immediately, but unfortunately the piece was small and light enough that the water just simply took it. By the time I unscrewed the U part of the drain, the piece was gone forever. So I was not about to buy another figure for that. I was thinking probably I could have it cast in resin or 3D printed. It does not seem too complicated. But now that I have already messed up my EVA Unit 4, I think I'm going to start using that EVA for spare parts for my other figures. Yeah, your neck is going to do. But yeah, it has been one horrible situation here. And it's funny because it's always EVA Unit 4 the one that has problems, whether it is in the series or the figures or whatnot. But just anyway, yeah, this was Silly One with a PSA on the PSA on how not to clean your figures. So apparently it stands for every other figure that I've used so far. I've cleaned my EVA Units 3, 2 of my EVA Unit 1, you saw me clean EVA Unit 0 and 2, and I was simply like taking a part of all of the pieces. For example, on my EVA Unit 4, the only parts that actually have this goo problem were the forearms, one of the legs, and the hip, but the head and torso and the rest of the arms were just okay. while my EVA Unit 1s, all of them had the issue on the head, and EVA Unit 3 had it everywhere. But on the other hand, none of my other EVAs seem to be suffering the same problem, so oh well, I'm checking all of the figures one by one. That one is next. I hope that I don't mess that one up too. So anyway, thanks for watching, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatnot. Like I was saying, because my phone ran out of space, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, thank you for watching and for all the support that you've been giving me, even though I don't upload nearly as often as I used to do. But, well, I still have some figures to review, and yeah, thanks for watching.